Hello my friends and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be discussing something quite different, being the Transformers universe. Normally I make videos on Star Wars, but today I thought I'd lean into my bit of primal side and make a video on the top 10 most powerful Transformers. I've already made a short covering the top 15, but I thought I'd like to display my reasoning and put down any disagreements that someone may have in the comment section. So I thought it would be fitting if I made this video. We're going to be running over my opinion on the top 10 most powerful Transformers, going from 10 to 1, while I explain their abilities and what in my opinion makes them fit to hold their rank. Transformers being one of the most beloved and cared for film series of all time, as well as toy series if you're counting Hasbro, we are only going to be counting the Bayverse movies, as well as the most recent Transformers Rise of the Beasts movie. So without further ado, let us proceed. Dragonstorm is the beastly three-headed dragon, mighty gestalt form of the legendary 12 Knights of Aeson, who opposed Quintessa, and has also taken the 10th spot on our list. At other times, Dragonstorm is instead formed from the Storm Rain or Draconis, or he is single, non-combining bot. It is logically unclear why the Knights still could transform to the same dragon with the same magnitude after Nemesis Prime murdered one or two of them. Dragonstorm was seen flying at the sky and attempting an attack on the Knights, and during the battle against the Decepticons, Stormrain, Draconius, Steelbane, and 9 other Guardian Knights all combined and moulded into Dragonstorm, with Dragonstorm managing to destroy the Decepticon fighters while Optimus Prime rides on top of him and drops Prime off to fight Infernicus, Quintessa's main enforcer. He is immensely powerful, with a combined robot physiology, fire breath, and 3 heads. He also has the capacity to breathe torrents of fire that can melt his enemies and deal severe damage to other Transformers. Devastator was a giant, monstrous, man-eating Decepticon combiner made up of several Constructicons. Devastator was exceptionally powerful and even more violent, with an unfortunately limited mental capacity. He would really only be used to destroy on a genocidal level. He was used and employed exceptionally during the Battle of Egypt to uncover the Star Harvester. Devastator could also generate powerful gravity wells and black holes, and generating artificial black holes with his vortex grinder located in his mouth, where nearby objects are sucked into his gaping mouth and devoured, with Megatron commanding Devastator to kill Mudflap and Skids, although he was unsuccessful. Devastator knows nothing but rage and pain, a fitting spot for the 9th place on our list, and is exceptionally powerful. With a vortex grinder that can generate artificial black holes, he theoretically could be at the top of this list if anyone was caught in the radius of his artificial black holes. Along with multiple missile launchers, multiple guns, multiple rocket launchers, and 3 whips and grappling hooks on both hands, completes the imperfect fusion process that creates this absolute abomination of a Transformer. Made up of a total of 8 Decepticons fused into one, the imperfect fusion process means Devastator is one of the most furious and instinctive combatants in the entire universe. At number 8 we have Scourge, the fierce and powerful leader of the Terracons, and the most fearsome and cunning trophy hunter in the universe. He is ruthless, cunning, treacherous, cruel, and an incredibly powerful player that should be avoided at all costs. We see in Transformers Rise of the Beast, at the start of the movie, he is able to nearly effortlessly ragdoll Optimus Prime, and even killed Bumblebee. He commands the Terracons on the mission of destruction they have carried out for thousands of years, across thousands of worlds, under the orders of Unicron, leaving nothing but chaos and ruin in their wake. However, he was ultimately not a match for Optimus Prime. Although he defeated Optimus Prime initially, Optimus eventually defeated him. With his body sinking into lava, Prime forcefully removed Bumblebee's stolen Autobot insignia from his frame. He has a myriad of weapons, including a double-sided blade, which he uses to kill Apelink at the start of the movie, an electric claw, an ion cannon, which we can also see tore in a massive, and I mean this, gargantuan-sized hole in Apelink's flesh. and Transformer controlling device / virus, which he uses to manipulate and control Transformers forcefully, believing his fellow Terracons are his to command. Despite all this, he is certainly Unicron's servant, and any failure that Scourge or his men and fellow Transformers experience, Unicron will reflect and punish Scourge for it. Megatron, also known as Galvatron, is the leader of the Decepticons and the primary antagonist of the Transformers series. He is the arch enemy of Autobot leader Optimus Prime and widely considered as one of the most powerful Decepticons, with his legend certainly living up to his actual name. Decepticon is extremely powerful, with Megatron being one of the most powerful Decepticons out there. He possesses superhuman strength. Within Transformers 1, he was able to effortlessly toss and throw Optimus Prime around like a ragdoll. In Revenge of the Fallen, and however he was slightly weakened, he was able to throw Optimus into trees, kick and damage his battle mask, and pierce him through the chest, ultimately killing him. In Dark of the Moon, he brutally assaulted Sentinel Prime, the most powerful Transformer at the time, after learning about his treachery. In Age of Extinction, with his new Galvatron form, was a brawler and was great at hand-to-hand combat. He has superhuman disabilities and durability, withstanding Optimus Prime's Ion Blaster, Jazz's Crescent Cannon, multiple missile and grenade shots in the first film. He was able to effortlessly overpower Optimus Prime, even while getting bombarded by missiles. And he possessed a numerous amount of other superhuman qualities like speed, agility, stamina, reflexes, and immense longevity. With being a master combatant, Megatron possesses some knowledge of hand-to-hand combat and was a dangerous brawler. He usually uses brute force in his fights, but if he wants to, he can apply some kicking and maneuvering motions. Being an expert marksman, we can see in Transformers 1, even after being shot by Optimus Prime, Megatron is able to shoot him back with a fusion cannon and severely injure the leader of the Autobots. At the number 6 position is Sentinel Prime. The last known Prime, Sentinel Prime remembers a time where Cybertron was the galaxy's crown jewel. A turncoat Autobot commander and a double agent, he mentored Optimus Prime and was always patriotic towards Cybertron. He was a strong-willed and formidable leader who held a firm belief in the position of his race in the universe and demanded immense respect from all around him, which he earned by proving himself as a fierce and powerful warrior. Sentinel was charged with the duty of safety of his secret weapon, the Pillars, which he believed could save their dying planet. Eventually, his hopes to revive Cybertron to its golden age glory changed him, and he ultimately betrayed the Autobots to secure Cybertron's survival, but ultimately was killed by Optimus Prime in a final duel at the Battle of Chicago. He was able to overpower Optimus, though, besides this, and only lost due to the fact that Megatron had attacked him severely before, shooting him in the chest and ripping out numerous amounts of his parts. Sentinel is the last remaining Prime, with a Cosmic Rust Gun, a Primax Blade, which is immensely strong. His Primax Blade was shown to be able to effortlessly peer through Optimus's Prime's immensely thick armor and tear off his arm. With a shield and an arm anchor, he is immensely powerful and believed to be one of the oldest Transformers in the universe, aside from the literal gods. Even the Decepticons are scared of this guy, because once Lockdown has attracted himself to a target, an assassin and bounty hunter at heart, nothing stops him from making sure that his job is done. He doesn't care what he has to do, bragging that he's even had to blow up entire planets in order to fulfill the bounty, and he will not stop to anything short of total deactivation. He has a myriad of weapons, including a face cannon which is shown to be able to shoot through Optimus Prime effortlessly, a spark extractor gun, hooks, shoulder-mounted missile launchers, and handheld laser cannons. Lockdown is so immensely powerful, it took a distraction to be able for Lockdown to effortlessly dominate Optimus Prime and impale him with a sword, and he was only defeated when Optimus Prime took him off guard and carved a lethal laceration through his chest and out his head. Next, we have Optimus Prime. Of course, he had to be the most powerful Autobot. Optimus takes the number 4 position as the leader of the Autobots. He is the main protagonist of the Transformers film series and leader of the Autobots, the last known remaining Prime after Sentinel's death, the brother of the Decepticon leader Megatron, and he is also known as Orion Pax. He is immensely powerful, with superhuman strength, speed, durability, agility, stamina, reflexes, and an immense regenerative healing factor, as well as flight, with him being able to fly even without his flight tech. However, today I'm not going to be including his amped up variation from Revenge of the Fallen, as that would nearly guaranteed be in the top 3 on this list. Optimus is a master combatant. Formerly a humble leader of Cybertron's science division, he is a master swordsman and an expert marksman, as well as an expert tactician, having a genius level intellect, and the true leader of the Autobots. He has a myriad of weapons that makes him nearly impossible to put down, with an ion blaster, barrage cannons, machine guns, dual energon swords and axes, energon hooks, a shield, armoured weapons platforms, a jetwing unit, jetwing gun pods, charged missiles, thermal cannons, thermal machine guns, missiles, shield cannons, swords of judgment, quad barrel shotguns, dagger and knuckle spikes. There is nearly nothing that Optimus Prime can't do. He has been shown to be able to defeat the likes of Shockwave, and although Shockwave was already weakened, Shockwave was easily able to get the better of Bumblebee, with Shockwave in my opinion being one of the most powerful Decepticons. Optimus was shown to be an inferior to Sentinel Prime, at least in the initial stages of Dark of the Moon. However, in my personal opinion, as of the time of Rise of the Beast, he has surpassed him, being able to, in his final battle with Scourge, easily defeat the Terracon leader. Although it did require some difficulty in the initial stages, his combined genius intellect as well as masterful combat skills meant he was able to devastate the fierce Terracon commander. If the original Primes were Primus' disciples, then the Fallen is his Judas. Before the dawn of time, he was Megatronus Prime, the founder and true leader of the Decepticons, and the master of Megatron, who serves as the overarching main antagonist of the entire Transformers franchise. After his ambitions grew to the point of an irresistible, unnoticeable evil, the other dynasty of Primes turned their back on him and hid the matrix of leadership from his reach. He was so powerful that the original Primes had to conjoin with each other in order to defeat him, and even then they barely managed to contain him, eventually hiding the matrix of leadership on Earth. His frightening form was a metal cage for burning, furious forces of chaos, giving him the appearance of a living, breathing furnace. These cauldron-like forces purged him of what empathy and morality remained. All that remained was hatred and purest rage. Formerly, the Fallen was once a multiversal singularity, meaning that in all the vast multiverse, he had no alternate universe doppelganger, but since his death, that is now no longer the case. The Fallen commands the mystic arts, and has regenerative durability and semi-immortality. He cannot age and cannot die of natural causes, but is still vulnerable to wounds. The Fallen was so powerful that in an immensely weakened state in Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, he was able to take on Optimus Prime, ripping off one of Jetfire's engines and hitting him in the face with it. The Fallen can utilize telekinesis, something that we have never seen from any other Transformer, being able to lift up tanks, helicopters, jets, ruined parts, and wreckage from the Great Pyramid of Giza. With immense strength and combative experience, the Fallen can teleport at will, and upon landing somewhere, it causes a massive shockwave on impact, which causes a great stun in the area. Quickly smarter than all other Transformers, and with elemental energy control and supernatural reflexes, the Fallen possesses merely one weapon, being his Shock Spear, with his Shock Spear being able to pierce through various Transformers. The Fallen was so powerful that he never really is defeated. At best, he's contained, and was only able to be conquered by Optimus Prime once Optimus fused himself with another Transformer, and the Fallen was already immensely weakened due to having spent upwards of 1,000 years on life support. Quintessa takes the number 2 position and is a mystical, mysterious, and powerful space sorceress, and one of the 2 main antagonists alongside Megatron of Transformers The Last Knight. The self-described prime of life, she created the Cybertronian race itself, Optimus Prime, the Fallen, and the Inferticons, and considers Cybertron to be hers to command and to manipulate. Quintessa possesses immense power, commanding the mystic arts even above the Fallen. With the ability to generate and project blue balls of energy, Quintessa could fire balls and bolts of lightning and electricity into her opponents. She used this to stun Optimus Prime when they first met and effortlessly knock his sword out of his hand, and will do the same again to immobilize him during their final showdown. Using her Staff of Power, Quintessa directly channeled energy from the Earth's core to Cybertron. While Quintessa may be quite ego and genocidal, she did genuinely believe that with Optimus's help, she had the power to defeat Unicron. Unicron, the god of chaos, and twin brother of Primus, the Transformers god. Quintessa can manipulate objects with her mind, and use this to restrain Optimus Prime when they met. Using hypnosis, Quintessa's sorcery enables her to put Cybertronians under a mental thrall in which she can reprogram them, making them obedient to her. To such an extent, she made Optimus Prime be able to betray his friends like Bumblebee, who is his closest confidant. She is even able to utilize what I like to call at least Force Lightning, being able to generate enormous volts of electricity that can restrain Optimus Prime with ease, causing him to grunt in noticeable pain. Unicron is the planet-sized Cybertronian primordial embodiment of chaos, the twin brother and ancient enemy of Primus. He was mentioned by Quintessa, who planned to kill him by draining the life of him with the staff, forcing him to awaken, and takes the number 1 spot on this list without a doubt. He serves as the core of the Earth, which formed around him over billions of years. Being immensely powerful, we recently saw Unicron in Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. The arch-enemy and brother of Primus, the two of them are considered the highest deities in the Cybertronian pantheon, with Primus being responsible in legend for the creation of the universe and Unicron being destined to destroy it. With the ability to manipulate dark energy, we can see him effortlessly toy with the likes of Scourge and his fellow Terracons, being able to effortlessly restrain them when he only brought him half of the Transwarp Key, utilize telekinesis, and empowering Scourge to be nigh invulnerable to even Optimus Prime's immensely powerful weaponry. Although eventually his power and empowerment would wear off and he would become vulnerable and susceptible to attacks. Optimus Prime remains confident that he would be able to defeat Unicron, but let's be honest, Unicron can drain entire planets. No one in the entire Transformers series, with the exception of perhaps Primus, who we haven't seen on screen as of now, so I've left him absent from this list, has the capacity to be able to do that. Unicron is like the Transformers version of the Death Star, literally consuming entire planets to satiate his hunger. But what do you guys think? Do you have any qualms in the comments down below? Share your list. Now, I'm going to tell you once more in a shameless self-promotion, subscribe, hit the like button, and share this with your friends if you might enjoy it. Tell me if you like these Transformers ranking videos, and I might make a few more about the Autobots or Decepticons. Anyway, my friends, I'll see you in a galaxy far, far away, and may the Force be with you.